We here. Oh my goodness, do I ever have the sun crooked? Hello, friends. Let me turn on the ducks. We're gonna start our brand new map today. So we're gonna do the ski map. So we start with just Hadriel Langdale here, our one and only OG default duck boy. And up in the tree there, you'll see a little block of ice that will reveal a nice secret for us when it gets pushed into a heated pool. Exalfie, hello, how's it going? I hope the morning is treating you well. I guess it's pretty afternoonish in your area. Peter's here, it's the end, but the moment has been prepared for. That sounds ominous. Is everything okay on your side of the pond, Peter? Is there something we need to know about? Mr. Alpaca, hello, my friend Conquest, hello. Yeah, we got a fresh new map. We got no troublemakers for the moment. We got all the ducks in the pool, all one of the ducks. I'm waiting for Megan. Who is this octopus lady? It me, Peter. I'm wearing the octopus this morning because one, it's cold. And I'm always cold. And two, Pi redeemed the octopus yesterday at the end of stream. He redeemed it for me to wear off stream, which was very sweet of him, but I'm also wearing it on stream for you guys. Figured we'd start off stream with a little bit of, cute action. For anyone who doesn't know, this is my octopus hat. This was made by the fabulous It's Woof, friend of stream. He crocheted this by hand from a really amazing pattern that we found on the internet. And I picked the colors and he did everything else, and it's great. It's amazing. So if any of you were ever wondering what the Don the Octopus or the Become the Octopus redeems do, this is it. It's the octopus. And the Become the Octopus comes with a voice. So there you go. Comes with a voice redeem. Having only one duck means your duck is in a row. That's true. It is currently impossible for our ducks to not be in a row. Oh, wait! We already have a second duck. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And we also have our box duck hanging out over here in their box. So there we go. Ducks no longer in a row. Ducks never in a row again. 1:26 p.m. I cannot currently imagine 1:26 p.m., but we'll get there eventually. I'm sorry again for the short stream yesterday, but my brain just was not doing the thing. I went like deep into focus mode once I got off stream, and it still took just like twice as long to get everything finished. When something that takes me like on average of like 35 minutes takes me 50 minutes, I know that something's going on in my brain. Went to see a movie motion picture film today. Which one, Peter? Which one did you go see? Also, how is everybody doing? Please let me know how you're doing and what you're up to today. I want to know. I want to hear all the things. Ghost Pepper came home. This is how I know, though, that it, like, first of all, it wasn't just me, and second of all, brain stuff was definitely happening. Because Ghost Pepper came home, and I was trying to tell him Civil War the Marvel movie? I was trying to tell him that I made him a reservation for his birthday dinner for Sunday, because we agreed that we would go out on Sunday for his birthday, which is on the 24th, so we just go, the weekend before. And he had picked a place that we haven't been to, I think, since, like, pre-pandemic. It's a Mexican place here in town, which he really likes. I guess I can say the name of it. It's not like it'll give away, but it's called Hector's Casa. So he came home, and I was like, I called Hector's Casa, and I made the thing. And he just kind of looked at me like, what? And I was like, first of all, words are hard. And second of all, reservation. That's what I'm trying to say. And then about 5 minutes later, he was like, was Hector there? I don't know. I assume it's his house. There's a film called Civil War about a new U.S. Civil War happening and these photographers who are trying to take photos and get to D.C. Interesting. Catch Carter now. Hello. So glad you're on. Feel safe here. Glad that you've joined us. We just started, so we're going to be going for a while. Writing our first parallel comic, each use same story. One is YA and one is occult adult. So what does parallel comic mean, Conquest? Is it like two comics that kind of mirror each other? Each use the same story. Oh, you did already explain it. My brain is slow. So each uses the same story, one is YA. So is it the same story and different characters? Or, like, how does that work? I'm so curious. I don't know a lot about comics. I'm very curious. But then, yeah, about 5 minutes after I couldn't think of the word reservation, Ghost Pepper was like, some of the girls in my classes want us to go downtown on Saturday and see the places where they work, which this is actually a really common thing where, like, high school students realize that their teachers have lives outside of school and they want to, like, encounter them outside of school. And they were like, one of the girls was apparently like, come to the restaurant where I work. We have pizza and a robot waiter. And I was like, a robot waiter? Sign me up for that. But I was like, pizza is hit and miss with me because lactose intolerant. And so he was like, well, I already told her that, and she said that they have vegan cheese. So I was like, okay. Hey, Delazar, how's it going? So I was promised vegan cheese and a robot waiter. Done. And then there's another girl, I guess, who also works downtown, who works at a coffee shop that wants us to pop in there as well. So he was like, why don't we go downtown for lunch? You won't have to cook dinner because we'll just have a big meal at lunch and then we'll just, like, do regular lunch because we don't eat lunch together. We usually just, like, eat whatever. So I was like, okay, fine. But then it was like, oh yeah, that means I don't have to cook this weekend because I usually cook Saturday and Sunday. Sophia, thank you for the follow. Because I usually do the weekend cooking, and I was like, oh, I won't have to cook because we're going downtown on Saturday for lunch, and we're going out for your birthday on Sunday. And he's like, the 21st is this Sunday? And I was like, it's not just me. It's not just me. Please don't redeem the Game of Tomes reports unless you're actually reporting words, guys. Those are for an event. They don't do anything if you're not reporting words, and you can mess up it won't mess anything up if you don't put math in there, but please don't randomly redeem them. It's not done before. We'll use adult versions of the teens for the occult version. That way we can have a wider group of readers. Oh, interesting. I've never heard of doing that before, but that's super cool. That's a super cool idea. From the depths of the sea to rise of the ancient gods above, there is nothing between the two distinguishes the other like the horizon. Prepping to go to work. I hope you have a great work day, Delazar. It's good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Catch Carter now. I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling burnt out. I hope you're able to recharge a bit with us today. But yeah, so I very slowly got through all the rest of my editing off stream yesterday. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with my brain, but hopefully I've shaken it off. I did stream quite a while with Joe last night. That code is for a boss in a campaign I'm running. Oh, that's so cool! Is that a D&D campaign, Delazar? Is that like the big bad, or is that like a mini boss? Is that like a mid boss, a lieutenant? I get excited about tabletop RPGs. what was I saying? Oh yeah, but I streamed with Joe last night. We were playing Hatoful Boyfriend. For anyone who doesn't know, it's a dating sim where you date burbs. All the characters are burbs. You are a human woman who goes to a human young girl who goes to a school of birds. And you can date the birds. And Joe was like, it's great. It's a cute dating sim about birds. And then I introduced him to the secret ending. And for anyone not familiar with the secret ending of Hatoful Boyfriend, first of all, get yourself that game and play it because it's freaking amazing. The story is just absolutely top notch. But it was funny because as we were going through it, tissues were involved. You should always have tissues for the secret ending of Hatoful Boyfriend. And as we were going through it, Joe just kept being like, I just wanted to play a game where I dated cute birds. And I was like, yeah, you're not there anymore. That's not where we are now. It's a descendant of Jormungandr, head of a lion, torso of a man, and waist down is sea serpent. Oh, that sounds amazing, Delazar. I love that. That is super cool. That is super, super cool. So yeah, I did that. I was up till like 1:30 my time, and he was up until like 4:30 his time because he's in Eastern time. But Joe does the late night streams. So for anyone who doesn't know, Jay Chili, he's super cool. Also a writer, does writing streams on occasion. And we finished up Hatoful Boyfriend last night. And he got the full experience. And then we got to the end and I was like, is now a bad time to mention that there's a sequel to this game? But I always recommend that game because the first time it's quite old now. Like it's not a new game. But the first time I experienced the secret ending of that game, it was very enlightening to me. It was kind of the thing that convinced me that it doesn't matter what the basic building blocks of your story are. It doesn't matter if your characters are birds. It doesn't matter like how silly the base premise of like your world is, because the base premise of Hatoful Boyfriend is that like there was a massive pandemic and birds became ultra intelligent and the dominant species on Earth. It doesn't matter as long as you tell a good story. As long as your story is strong and compelling and draws people in, it can be about birds. And I realized that at like 3 a.m. when I was sobbing over birds the first time I experienced Hatoful Boyfriend. So yeah, it's it's really good. It's a really good story. If you like stories that rip out your soul and tear it to pieces and then put it back together again, play Hatoful Boyfriend. It's on Steam. It's really good. Have tissues. The party is on a boat, and there is actively a horrid storm, rain bolts of lightning into the sea. Oh, I can just see that. That's so cool. And are they on like are they on like Viking style longboats? Is that like what type of boat they're on? Are they on like an Age of Sailboat? I love this stuff. Fascinated by this stuff. Ghost Pepper did a session of Winds of Chaos where the team was on kind of like a boat, but it was like sand, because they were in a desert, right? So it was like a sand skiff type of thing. It was a boat that was like designed, it was a ship that was designed to go across sand, like in a desert, right? And they were being pursued by this massive sandworm. And chat had paid, because on Winds of Chaos you can pay bits to redeem monster mutations and stuff. And chat had mutated this worm like 4 times. And it was like, it had extra powers, it had like extra shielding. It was like amazing. And they knew that they couldn't defeat the worm. They basically had to try to outrun the worm. It was very cool. I want him to appear on the side of the ship in a shrunken form. He will ask to play best of 5 games. If they lose, he fights them. Oh, and what kind of game is he going to play with them, Delazar? Give me the tea. I want all that tea. We got Sushi Duck hanging out up here now. We got Sushi Duck. We got... Oh, there's Domerin dropping in. We've got Advariel's Duck is here. Heck yeah. Hanging out. And then down below, I'm waiting in the gondola to go back up. Waiting to ascend. Just me over here. Me and the panda duck. Just the two of us. Being stared at by a Zamboni. Oops, I just turned my caps lock on. That's not gonna go well. Did someone say fights? Why do you think you'd be an awful Viking, Peter? I think you'd be a great Viking. You would just punch everybody. Upon which he leaps backward, grows to kaiju size. Dang! Today, if I can get myself on task, we're gonna work on the prompt novel, and I'm hoping my brain will engage a little bit more actively today because I'm going to be writing instead of editing. And so hopefully it'll be a little easier to shake off the cobwebs and get into it. For anyone who's not familiar with this project, oh yeah, I forgot to update the project that we're working on today. It's gonna erase chat, but that's okay. For anyone who's unfamiliar with this project, the basic idea is that every year I write a series of shorts that go, free short stories that go on my blog. Sometimes they tie in with my novels. Sometimes they're just completely like experimental or whatever fun thing I feel like doing. For the first year that I was streaming in 2022, I did a project called 22 Stories in 2022. It was, they all tied in with a bunch of my novel projects, but they were prompts that I had found online. And I was challenging myself to write with characters that I don't write with very often, sort of side characters, little silly things that just sort of hung out in the space of the canon. So we did that in 2022. Sweet Daisy, hello, welcome in. Last year I did Tales of Kryptonia, which was actually a lot of world building for my D&D campaign, which has been on hiatus because time, man. But we're getting that started back up again. I did a lot of delving into the Pantheon, some of the history of that world that my players are playing in, and hopefully developing a body of lore that they'll be able to encounter at some point during their travels and engage with. So that was really fun. And this year we are doing what I'm calling the prompt novel. Is there an art section of the Discord? Yes, there is a I made this section that you can post in. There's also a photos section, but put in the I made this area, I think is where most of the art gets posted. I would love to see your sketches. So yeah, this year we're doing a prompt novel. It is basically a novel or a novella. I'm not sure how long it's going to be. And it is written entirely from writing prompts. So each chapter is basically, I take a writing prompt and I write the chapter around that writing prompt. Last week we did Character Gets Their Fortune Told by a fortune teller. or their future told by a fortune teller, I think it was. And I really had a lot of fun writing that. And this week we're going to write the prompt that I was originally going to write last week, but I sort of changed last minute. And the prompt is going to be that a man gets lost in a computer simulation and can no longer tell what's real. I only have the very basic, sketchy idea of what I'm going to write this week, so it's just going to be whatever comes out of my brain, as usual. And it's going to be Chapter 5, and this is where we're sort of getting into the first major incident, right? So far, I've spent most of the prompt novel introducing the main characters, establishing some background, developing a couple of potential challenges that the characters are dealing with. And this is going to be the first time where, like, we're really committing to a plot. Like, something bad is going to happen, the characters are going to be locked into a course of action, and they're going to have a problem that is going to have to be dealt with in subsequent chapters. So this is the first time where I really feel like I'm making a commitment to a plot direction that cannot be easily altered. And if I inadvertently forget one of the prompts and write myself into a corner, this is where it starts. But that's what we're doing for this week. I'll read the prompts for anyone who's new and hasn't heard them before. And then we'll get settled in and we'll get started. I missed something Delazar said. One game of tic-tac-toe. Ooh, tic-tac-toe can actually be really challenging. One of bullshit and another of champions, and I'll let the players name 2 games. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I really like using writing prompts. I like to have some, like, low stakes, no stress stuff that I can work on that's not a major novel project that has, like, 60 million moving parts in the background. And I like streaming them because it's always a fun, chill day. Still trying to make a map, but no matter what map making software I try to use, I just suck at it. Oh no, Exiled Fae, there's definitely a learning curve. I did not like the first couple things that I produced with Wonderdraft either. I played around with it a bit off stream before we made the Aravalia map on stream. And I can definitely say that it takes a lot of patience. It's very fiddly, and there's definitely like a learning curve with getting the hang of like how everything works in the program. And I was just having this conversation with another writing friend of mine yesterday because she was trying to make maps for her book as well, and she was like, I just don't like how it looks. I must want to go on stream to do it and have chat give me directions. You totally could. I don't know. I don't know how much, how many people know about different programs, but then you at least get the feedback of, because that was what it was like too when I was doing Aravalia, where it was like, do we want more trees? Do we want fewer trees and have the forest like spread out? Like, and I get that real-time feedback. Nice, Delazar. I will check those out after stream. And the Blender ship. Nice. So these were the prompts that we came up with for the, I say we, my dice came up with for the table of contents. I rolled randomly on some writing prompts, in writing prompt websites in order to get these. So we have, during a bout of road rage, a woman puts a curse on a man that upends his life. That was chapter 1. We used that one for chapter 1. One character is actually a mystical creature living a normal human life. I haven't fit that one in yet. Man gets lost in a virtual reality sim and can no longer tell what's real. That's what we're doing today, so I'm going to mark that one off as being used. High school sweethearts reunite. We've done. A character hears their future from a fortune teller. We've done. If I knew then what I know now. She tried to forget him, but never could. A man asks his twin to fill in for him for a relationship he's gotten tired of. The lives of 2 people are changed forever when they meet and engage in a weekend-long love affair. One aspect of every dream a character has comes true the next day. Character is the only one who can read the lost language and therefore the only person who can decipher the scroll. A family on a hike stumbles upon a group of witches in the middle of casting a spell. I have plans for that one. She has been walking for hours. Her feet are bleeding, but she can't stop. She can't let him find her again. We've done that one. Using only dialogue, reveal a long hidden secret, and using only dialogue, show 2 characters having their first date. So that's where we are. We are on our 5th one. And that is the one we are doing today. So man gets lost in a virtual reality sim. So I am going to start up a new document. And just save it so that we know where to find that. My husband has told me that he has students who type up like whole essays without saving. And he was like, one of my students, thank you, Tyranno. This was made for me by It's Woof, a friend of me and a friend of stream. He crocheted it by hand. He was telling me that he has a student who like types up whole essays, and then the way that they save it is by hitting the X button. And then when it says, are you sure you want to exit? They hit save. And I was like, no, please. This is giving me all the stress. Purple Heart Natalia Books, hello, hello. I know, right? Like, I save my document before I even type anything in it. And I save, like, every 5 extra minutes. And he's like, this was for a test. And a student typed it up and hit the X button, and like something went wrong with the saving. And I was like, why are you telling me this story? This is like my nightmare. This is like maximum stress level for me. I cannot conceive of not saving my file the very first thing that I do. Sorry, my throat is a bit dry because I was up till 1 in the morning doing weird voices for the bird dating sim. No, but we have to save the document before we start the timer, Peter. Do we want more bananas or less bananas? Are we putting the bananas in something, or are we just having the bananas? How many bananas do we have currently, and how many bananas is our goal? I'm enjoying bananas a lot lately. I made some art featuring bananas on Monday. Nice! It's 1 banana. What could it cost? $10? Oh my god. Big mood. Champions is basically the boss brings a fighter and the party must choose someone to engage 1v1. Ooh, I like that idea. Wow, Gen Z, I know, right? The children's have yet to learn, but they will learn the hard way. Like, he's literally had students who are supposed to save their essay during a test, and they come up and they're like, I saved, but I don't know where I saved to. And these are, like, timed tests. Oh, you can hear me. No worries, Purple Heart Natalia. Just in case, I wanted to reply in chat. The prompt that we're doing today is a man gets lost in a virtual reality sim and can no longer tell what's real. And it's going to be chapter 5 of my prompt novel that I'm writing. So it's going to tie in with the 5 chapters that have come ahead of time. So far, the basic gist of the plot is man was in a road rage incident, got cursed, and now every time he touches computer equipment, it blows up or it gets wrecked somehow. Delazar, thank you so much for hanging out and letting us know some details about your campaign. Super awesome to chat with you. Have a good day at work. And now he's about to, in order to get this program back on track, He's going to enter this virtual reality sim that his team has been building, and because of the curse, he's going to get lost in it, essentially. An activity is happening with the... Oh, Peter, that sounds a little bit ominous. I don't know. I don't know if we should be talking about doing that sort of thing with the banana. I read a post by a teacher who was doing online teaching during year 1 of the pandemic, and they found out that a lot of these younger kids have no idea how computers work because they're used to apps on phones. I wouldn't be overly surprised by that. My favorite kind of art is writing really weird and sweary things and outlining them in black ink. Oh, interesting. I will wait for my twin to get bored of his wife. I love her. It's been super fun so far. Like I said, this is the first time I've been playing it safe so far. I've mostly been introducing characters and introducing backstory. So this is the first really big, like, I'm committing to a plot now. If I accidentally write myself into a corner, this is where, like, the potential for that starts. I haven't done anything in the novel yet that can't easily be dealt with, but I am now committing to one of my main characters entering a computer simulation and getting stuck inside there. So I have to figure out a way to get him out of it eventually. But some of the prompts can take place in the computer sim. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put the person who's like a mythical creature inside the sim, or like I haven't entirely figured out how all the prompts fit in yet. But I'm committing now. This is where it could all go wrong. I posted a photo and I made this on Discord. I'll check it out after the stream, Peter. I always love seeing your art. You can leave him there. Wouldn't be the first time I heard that. I mean, who knows? I'm thinking, I started with 15 prompts. I'm thinking I'm going to have to add some, which is also a little bit terrifying because I've tried to account for some of them ahead of time, and then if I roll some new random ones and add them in, that's going to be like a whole other layer of chaos. Speaking of bananas and art, though, I have to say, on Tuesday's Winds of Chaos session, the party was just, like, all over the place. And it was supposed to be a shopping episode, so Ghost Pepper was just basically telling them the places where they could go. And they came out of a shop, and there was a wax fruit museum. And it said Wax Fruit Museum outside. That's how it was described to them, as a wax fruit museum. And they were like, oh, there might be important information in here. Let's go in. And then they got actively disappointed / upset that the only thing inside the museum was wax fruit. And I was like, it was described to you as a wax fruit museum. What did you think was gonna be in it? They were like, there might be important information about this forbidden land that we're going into. And I was like, it's literally a museum of wax fruit. Bo was with Flutter this week, yes. They were supposed to go see Bo's character, but they didn't realize until like 2.5 hours into the session that Bo had a character. That's what the banana made me think of. Alright, I am going to do a cheeky little pop AFK to reheat my coffee since I yammered for so long at the start of stream. And then we're going to do 30 minutes of clicky clacking. I'm going to get this guy into a computer sim. I'm going to get him lost in there. It's going to be pure chaos. I have almost no idea what I'm doing with this scene. And I will leave you for the moment with the ducks. We've got a bunch of ducks now. Oh, we've got the ghost duck, but you can't see it because we don't have the Tron duck. We got Greg. Greg is hanging out. Exiled Faye knows Greg. Exiled Faye knows all about Greg. He's here. He's hanging out. We got Asma the skelly duck. We got my duck hanging out, chillaxing, and down in the lower area, we've just got Hadriel hanging out. Hadriel's just hanging out. And here's Domran. Domran's hanging out over here. Greg is a military man, hence he got the camo duck. Yeah, the sushi duck is super cute. Oh, where did they go? In so many ways. Oh, hey, Uncle Al is here as well. In so many ways, the sushi duck is like nonsensical, but I really love it. It's just so cute. He a little sushi roll. All right, I'd be all right. Have you been abducted? You have not spawned into the new map yet. Also, I don't think the aliens come to the ski map, so you might get to stick around. But we started a brand new map, so if you don't see a duck, it means they haven't spawned yet. We have to keep an eye out for the cow duck, because Tyranno has yet to get to see their duck. I'm also super cute. Ooh, and Scottish, you are super cute, Peter, and so is your duck. All right, I'll be right back. Hello, Alejandro. Unfortunately, I only speak English, so I can only get kind of the gist of that. But hello, welcome. My art lecturer used to thing and put a different thing onto a pillow. Used a thing and put a different thing onto a pillow? And I think it looks outstanding. I'm a little worried. Garawa77, thank you for the follow. No, unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish. I do live in Canada. Our second language here is French, so I can get the gist of French, but I'm very lost in Span when it comes to Spanish. There shouldn't be a 10-minute ad. That's very strange. ECC Books, thank you so much for the raid. And Garawa, thank you for the bits. More books, more problems. Welcome in. Welcome in, friends. We got ducks going on. We're about to start our first sprint of the day. ECC Books, how was your stream? Oh my goodness. Scaraway, thank you for the bits. Secondhand Samurai. I love that name. Welcome in. Legit considering a whole range of sweary fabrics and home decor. I would be into that, Peter. I would 100% be into that. I feel like this would make excellent embroidery sampler. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, used a thing and put a thing onto a pillow. I see. I understand that now. Bye. Garraway, oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the bits. What is happening? The art's in the Discord for you when you're ready to see it. Heck yeah. I want to get the, Hey, kiddo boy, how's it going? What am I doing? Right, I'm trying to switch up to the... Oh, hey! The block of ice has joined us in the pool. Excellent. Now we just need a flaming duck. A fiery duck. Garraway, thank you. Thank you for the bits. I don't know what I've done to deserve these, but thank you. Had Pepsi, and now my eye is twitching from the caffeine. Dang. Did you have coffee as well, Exiled Faye, or just the Pepsi? Like, in the day? Catch Carter now, go for it. Ask the question. I am about to turn on the sprint timer, so I might be delayed in answering. I might not answer until at the end of the sprint. But go ahead and drop it in chat, and I will make sure to answer. Need more beverage so I can stop dying of coughs. BRB, let me know if my duck makes an appearance. We're keeping an eye out. We're keeping an eye out for that cow duck. Alright. I'm going to turn on the clicky clacks. Turn on the clicky clacks. Turn on the timer, and then I'll turn on the clicky clacks. We're going to do 30 minutes of focus. So you get 30 minutes of uninterrupted duck time while I ASMR clicky clack in the background. And then we will answer Catch Carter Now's question. Why does no one put Red Bull through a coffee filter and make super coffee? Because that sounds gross, Peter. Garraway, thank you. Or Garawa, thank you so much for continuing to shower me with bits. I mean, I don't mean to yuck anyone's yum if anyone likes Red Bull, but not energy drinks, not my jam. Also, I can't imagine Coke in my coffee, but if it sounds good to you, go for it. Starbucks already has a triple shot energy drink, so you always go for that. True, you can just walk into, oh, we got a Chaos Octopus redeem. Let me get you the Chaos Octopus. Where did it go? There you go. This was made by J Chili. The Chaos Octopus Cam. I am hydrating. You can't see it, but it's happening. This is Joe's artistic rendition of me in the octopus hat that I was wearing at the start of stream. Enjoy. Garaway, thank you so much for dropping in, showering us with bits and chaos and all of your love. I hope you have a fabulous sleep, and I hope we see you again. I'm giving you the heart fingers even though you can't see them. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Sassy and Swift Raid! Swiftness, welcome in! Let me get you a shout out. How's it going? I don't think you've missed the cow yet. Tyranno, we are keeping an eye out. We are keeping an eye out. Every time this little meter fills up, we get a new duck. Yes, I want a new duck. I'm so glad. I'm so glad someone else thinks that when they see this. Lots of bots and spammers today. I've heard that they've been out in force. One of my friends had to set up a new filter last night to get rid of them. Swiftness, enjoy your lurk. Sorry about the delayed response. I'm having one of those moments where I can't think of a word and it's something I should know. It's a type of light. Shit. Fluorescent, that's what it is. It's me again. Neat Tokno fan, hello, hello. I unfortunately only speak English, but welcome in. No worries. I am located in Canada myself, so I speak English and I know a little bit of French, but I unfortunately do not know many other languages. But welcome in. How are you? Banana in French. right word. There's a word that I want to use. But I don't know if I'm just like... Is there like a word, like a verb to describe like the sensation of static on a TV? Salad fingers? Okay. I'm not sure that the word that I'm searching for actually exists, so... I'm not sure the word that I'm looking for actually exists, so I'll use a word that I'm not entirely satisfied with just because maybe the word that I want doesn't actually really exist. I would have preferred that to be the display I saw this morning in another stream. Salad fingers? Hang on, we gotta check for the cow duck. Have we gotten cow duck yet? We've got lots of new ducks. Dermal's here. Uncle Al is here. I can't quite see. I know Peter's down here. Blur is here. I don't see cow duck yet. We haven't gotten any of the heat ducks yet, so we don't have a way to thaw our ice duck. So our poor ice duck is still stuck in the ice. I wrote 700 words! Dang, Peter! Can I donate them to you and your glorious slippery suckery house? You should keep those words, Peter. They're yours. You wrote them. That's awesome. I didn't know you were writing today. Oh, the troll's yelling, I'm a troll. Whatever that filter your bestie got last night, you need today. Yes, well, the thing is, Joe put up a filter that was filtering out messages in the chat. I don't think there's a way to block, like, bot followers. And my understanding is that there are a lot of bots following on Twitch right now. Greywind5, thank you for the follow. If you're a real person, thank you. It hit me and the words came out. Nice! That's what we're here for. That's awesome. I have got to dedicate my words from that sprint to my house. So, Purple Heart Natalia, is that something I set in the Twitch panel? Like, how do I... I am so much a dummy when it comes to this stuff. Where would I find that? Oh, I can see Greywind has a picture. Greywind looks like a real person. Welcome in. I apologize to anyone who's listening and who's like, of course I'm a real person. There are like bots out in force today, so I have I have no idea who's real. Who's real? Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't think I'm real. The coffee hasn't hit. No, Carter, no, don't do this to me. Oh my goodness. I'll have to ask Ghost Pepper. He might be able to tell me how to, like, set up all this stuff. But since we haven't really been getting, like, bad messages and stuff, I'm not too worried. Go to your settings on the Twitch channel, moderation. No worries. If you can guide me there, I'll turn it on. But otherwise, I'll get Ghost Pepper to help me. I'm not a real person, and yet I'm no form of bot. No, Peter, come on. I missed a bunch, so let me let me scroll up. In London, UK, have always dreamt of being published and recently found my old poetry. Oh, it looks like we got Crescent as our new duck. Been attending so many writing courses and workshops, but still confused on what to do. Slowly getting better at thinking I'm good enough to be calling myself a writer. First of all, if you write, you're a writer. It doesn't have to be good. Being good is not a qualification of writing. If you write, you're a writer, and end point. I saw you asked about self-publishing or potentially traditionally publishing. I'm going to give you a in-depth answer on that. I'm just going to take a quick break here in a second to get up, move around, reheat my coffee, use the restroom, because I think we're going to get into a discussion about this. But heck yeah. Gonna chill in the corner and brainstorm about my story. Swiftness, if you're still lurking, thank you again. Thank you again for the raid. I think I was behind the chaos cam when I gave you the hearts the last time. We appreciate you. I hope that your stream went well. Back in our day, trolling was an art. Oh my goodness, I gotta see these embroidery samplers. Maybe I'll embroider one of them. Oh nice. Oh, I see the lion snake dude. Nice. Peter. Oh, is that what your art teacher did? I like that. Oh, that would be cool. I wonder if they used a machine to do that. One thing I haven't figured out how to do is, like, make pillows and stuff. And hello, how's it going, my friend? All right, I am going to take a quick break, like I said, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna answer Carter's question about publishing and that kind of stuff. So that will for sure be a tangent. I got 1,270 words in that first sprint. That is the first scene of the chapter. We have gotten our character into the computer sim, and now I just have to get him lost in there. Should be easy, right? Chaos. I will be right back, and then we will do that. And I will pause the ducks so that we don't miss the cow or any of the other ducks. And I will be Alright, we back. Let's save. We'll have to save over a previous map. And there we go. We got our ducks. Sorry for what you will encounter on my Twitter, Peter. I'm both too sassy and too salty for my own good. That's why we love you, Peter. Go to your photo logo video producer settings. Okay. Moderation channel privileges. It's Rimsky. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. If you're a real person. Hello! We are currently on a break, taking a moment to hang out with some ducks. We are working on a writing prompt. I am writing a novel comprised of writing prompts. That is my challenge for myself this year. And I'm just taking 1 second to see if I can find... Here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. Do I save that, or does it just automatically... I don't see a save button, so I'm just gonna assume that because I said it, it changed automatically. It didn't. It did. It did. Okay. No, I'll change that as well. Okay, good. All right. Thank you, Purple Heart Natalia. I have updated that in my settings, and hopefully that will help with whatever's going on Twitch at the moment. There's a camo duck, and I'm doing my country's military service. There is a camo duck, and it is named after a character in one of my books who is also a military man. Heck yeah, Greg. He's an army man himself. So I am, for anyone who is lurking around, who's new today, who's not a bot, I am Megan Cutler, aka Starborn Striker. I am a sci-fi and fantasy writer. My new book, I should remember to do this, is available for pre-order. The second book in the Everyone's Child series, my high fantasy epic, which follows a half-goddess on a prophetic mission, is available for pre-order. That will be out Monday. You'll be able to read it. The digital version of that book is locked and loaded on Amazon, ready to go, and I will be hopefully putting the paperback together later today. But I promised that I would answer Carter's question about publication. So first, a disclaimer, I do not write a lot of poetry. Tyranno! Tell me that you're here. It's the moment. The moment has arrived. Look at this gorgeous, beautiful cow duck. Look at him. Look at him. He's here. It's happening. It's the time. It's your duck. Moo quack. Heck yeah! You're here! And hopefully, Fingers crossed, safe from the aliens. So disclaimer, as I was saying, I don't write a lot of poetry. I've never tried to publish poetry, so I don't know how different the publishing industry is when it comes to poetry. And if there is anybody in the chat who has published poetry and would like to throw out some advice or information, please do. But in general, I can talk about publishing, self-publishing, which is what I do, and attempting to get an agent for publication, which I have tried to do in the past. And basically, there are a lot of things to consider when you're looking into how you want to publish your work. One of the big things is if you are self-publishing like me, you're going to have to do a lot of self-promotion. You're going to have to learn how to market your work yourself, because basically if you publish with a publishing house, they will be able to offer you services like access to a cover artist and access to an editor and all that kind of stuff. And they will theoretically put money into the advertisement of your book, getting your book printed, getting it into bookstores, all that. If you self-publish, then you're sort of taking on the mantle of doing that stuff for yourself. So you basically have to take care of your own, like you have to find your own cover artist or make the cover art on your own. You have to find your own editor. You have to pay for those services. And then you have to learn how to do the book marketing, which is the thing that I kind of suck at. And you have to figure out how to do your own promos and get your own work out there in front of eyes. So the massive trade-off is really between where the money is coming from and where the services are coming from. And basically, if you're publishing with if you're publishing with a, man, my brain just derailed. If you're publishing with a house, then they will... No, the aliens are here! No, they're taking Tyranno! Bring him back! No! I thought you would be safe. I thought you would be safe on this map. I thought that you would get to stay with us. And they took you. They took Tyranno away. We only had a few minutes with our sweet cowboy, and now he's gone. Rip your beehole. Somebody take a clip and fade it to gray and put sad music over it. Your day job is to promote. Nice. So you'll probably have a much easier job of that sort of thing. I have been self-publishing since 2014 and I still can't claim to have any kind of expertise on advertising. So, so things to keep in mind. The process is a bit different. If you are trying to get an agent and a publisher to work with you, you basically want to create your manuscript. I assume in the case of poetry, it would be you would create the collection of poetry that you wanted to publish. And then you would query with agents. You would want to go on to their various websites and see what they're looking for, and query to any agent that you think would be a good fit with you, that you would like to have represent you. It can be a very soul-crushing process because you will get a lot of rejections, and sometimes you'll wait for 6 months and you'll forget that you sent out a query, and then you'll just randomly wake up one morning to a rejection in your inbox and you'll be like, great, that's exactly how I wanted to start my day. I just appreciate that RIP is both an acronym and a word. That was what I was thinking when I said it. And it fits both ways. In terms of things you weren't expecting to see when you woke up to, I'm willing to bet RIP your beehole is not one of them. So yeah, Querying is a really tough process. If you want to get into the traditional publishing industry, if you want to be with a publishing house, you have to commit to sticking with it. It will take a long time. It can be soul sucking. You may also be able to query directly with publishing houses. Some publishing houses open to general queries. Some do not. Some will only work with agents. So it's something that you have to look into. And do a lot of research and a lot of querying. I don't tend to think of self-publishing as a backup. It wasn't a backup for me. I queried with several of my books with agents, and I did get a handful of full requests. Never really got past that part in the process, but I also don't regret making the choice to self-publish. For me, I enjoy the creative freedom. I enjoy setting my own schedule. I have found a cover artist that I very much enjoy working with. I have a process that I feel eliminates the majority of the issues with my work. I myself do editing, freelance editing for other authors. So I'm very meticulous when it comes to editing, and I have a great team of beta readers that I work with who find the mistakes in my work and help me get those eliminated and get everything polished up so that it's ready to go out when it goes out. And also, to me, one of the most important things is I retain all of the rights to my work. If I want to have Domarin in multiple different series, which I do because that man pops up across the universe, then I can do that. I don't have to worry about permissions. I don't have to worry about contracts. I am always looking for new clients. Like, I'm always accepting new clients. I will warn you, I'm not necessarily cheap. I do charge a market rate. I'm very meticulous. I do line editing and story development editing. And I will either do one pass or two, depending on what you want. I obviously specialize in spec fic, science fiction, fantasy. I don't really do horror, just as a heads up. I'm not a horror person, so I don't really do horror. I have some grounding in romance. If you are writing in something that is outside of my area, I'm willing to try working with you, but just be aware that my expertise might be slightly less. Editing is expensive, but I'm shopping, so how would I go about seeing if we could fit? Tyranno, are you on the Discord? I would say shoot me a Discord message. Tell me a little bit about your projects. Let me know what you're looking for and what you're working on, and if you have a specific timeline. And we can start from there. I am willing to do a couple pages of a sample edit. I'm quite busy right now, so it might take a little time. But heck yeah, there is a Discord command. Pop in there. It is called the Pepper Patch. I share the Discord with my husband, so you can use all of the sections. You don't have to just stick to the Strikers Library section, but the Strikers Library section is very specifically the writing section. That's where we do all of our writing chat and all that sort of stuff. There are sections for just shooting the shit about writing. There's a section for inspiration, for resources, and for seeking feedback, so any of that, you do have permission to DM me, Tyranno, 100%. Just let me know if your name is different on Discord. Just be like, hey, it's Tyranno from Twitch, so that I know I'm talking to you. So, totally cool with that. But yeah, so for me, self-publishing was what worked best. I like the creative freedom. I like setting my own schedule. I like it generally better if you work with a publishing house. They will set the schedule. They will possibly you have slightly less creative freedom in the fact that you might not get a lot of input on the cover. You would have to work with the in-house editor, which would hopefully be a rewarding experience, but the publisher would set the expectations. They would lay it all out in the contract, essentially, what they would expect from you and what you would be expected to do. A lot of publishing houses put most of their money into books and names that they think will sell the best. You're so cool. Thank you for the compliment. I'm not gonna try to pronounce your username, but thank you. Welcome in. I'm, spam messages that say you're so cool, if that's what that is, I'm okay with that. We'll deal with that when it turns into something else. I need to get Ghost Pepper to install SiriBot for me. I've put off doing that because I've been such a small channel that I've never needed to worry about it. And I'm sitting here this week and I'm like, it might be time. It might be time to actually put some security measures onto my stream. So yeah, hopefully that answers your questions. I know a lot of that seems very vague and not necessarily helpful. If you have more specific questions about more specific things, we might be into banning territory here now, just so we don't get to that was kind of what I was waiting for. Don't flirt with me. I'm a married woman. Thanks. Bye. If you're a real person, appeal the ban. It's fine. If there's any more specific questions that you have, please feel free to ask them, and I will try to give more specific answers. But I think what it comes down to is a personal preference. If you really, really want that traditional publishing, if you really, really want the expertise of a publishing house, if you want to have an agent that you work with, if that is what you want to do, then go that way. If building your own repertoire and having your own creative freedom and doing it all yourself sounds good to you, go the indie route. Look into Amazon KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. Look into the Kindle Direct program. Be aware that Kindle Direct or Kindle Unlimited, if you want to be on Kindle Unlimited, then your book has to be Amazon exclusive. You can't post an ebook anywhere other than Amazon if you're using the Kindle Unlimited program, just FYI. Kiki, how's it going? But look into Drafted Digital, look into what the options are, and just do what feels right for you. It's 100% a personal thing. It's like every other part of the writing process. It's a personal selection process. And if self-publishing feels like it feels good for you, then go for it. Just really want to self-publish, as you said about the creative freedom. Heck yeah. It's always felt good for me. Be aware, anyone who is like wanting to self-publish, I don't make a ton of money off of my work, and I do this full time. I am very, very fortunate in that I have a very supportive partner who has helped me set up a financial situation. Cheers, Kiki, for the hydrate. I have a very supportive partner who has helped me set up a financial situation that allows me to do this full time, and to not have to worry about where mortgage money or meal money or any of that stuff is coming from. So just be aware that the people who can quit their jobs and make a living off of self-publishing are few and far between. But for me, I find it to be, Sophia, hello. For me, I find it to be a very rewarding process. And it's what I do and it's what I enjoy. I think I'll just use Amazon for now for my first few books, although that means I can't sell it at markets. You can. So Kindle Unlimited is ebook exclusivity only. So if your book is in the Kindle Unlimited program, it means that anybody who's subscribed to Kindle Unlimited can read your book for free, and you get paid for the number of pages viewed. But it means that your ebook cannot be published anywhere outside of Amazon. Like, you can't put an ebook on the Kobo store or Barnes and Noble or anything like that. You can have paperbacks elsewhere. So you can distribute paperbacks elsewhere beyond Amazon using the extended distribution or using something like Draft to Digital. I think they maybe have a paperback distribution system, or can't think of the other one, Ingram Spark, anything like that. You can do paperbacks. You can print out paperbacks and sell them at market. You just can't sell the ebook anywhere else. It isn't the money. Pennies are cool, but I will cry when someone reads my stuff. That's me in a nutshell. I've always dreamt of walking past someone at an airport who has lost himself in my tail. Heck yeah. I always say I would be doing this anyway. If I wasn't publishing, I would still be writing these stories. I would love to give all my work away for free. The world just doesn't work like that. I need to pay the mortgage somehow. But yeah, 100%. And I think we're very fortunate that we live in a time when you can distribute directly into, I was going to go behind the sad face and be the crying sad face. I was trying to walk past someone who didn't hit me. Peter, hang on a sec. You are the one who always wants to catch Carter now. Thank you so much for that subscription. Enjoy the emotes. Please use them for evil and good. Peter, you always want to challenge everyone you meet to an old-timey boxing match, so I don't think it's possible for you to meet someone who isn't going to fight you because you always want to fight people. I'm just putting that out there. I want to fight people, I just don't want anyone to fight back. I don't think that's how a boxing challenge works, Peter. But yeah, I think we're very fortunate that we live in a time when you can go directly to readers. You don't need to go through the gatekeeping process of the publishing industry. You can write whatever feels good for you, and you can put it out there into the world, and you can find your audience. I get messages, not extremely frequently, but I do get messages from people who say that they love my work, that they are attached to my characters. One of my betas essentially sent me a message on book 9 of the Arvalia Chronicles that was like, for future reference, I don't want Domarin to die. I appreciated that. I appreciated that was her feeling toward my character. So yeah, I'm always gonna say go for it. Be realistic. Understand the limitations and the expectations and, the realities of the self-publishing industry. There are millions of ebooks on Amazon, and it can take no killing Dahmer never. All right, I'll make a note that you're on the do not kill Dahmerin bandwagon. She may have said, partially in jest, if you kill Dahmerin in the last book, don't send it to me. Which made me chuckle. I appreciate that I have written a character that people are attached enough to that if I murdered him, people would be banging down my door. If you had a penny for everyone who didn't want you to kill Dahmerin, I'd have at least 3... it sounds like Peter's on the bandwagon, so I'd have at least 4 pennies. I'd have almost a nickel. Unless it's only so he can ascend to a higher evolution. I will take note of that. Just need to hunt down people who have published poetry books. There are definitely self-published poetry anthologies on Amazon, for sure. I just don't. Poetry not my jam. So I have not tried to publish any poetry. So I don't know how different it is. But I'm sure you'll be able to find people who are willing to talk to you. Most self-published authors, I find, are generally helpful and open to talking. And if you find someone who's not, F them, you'll find somebody else. This community is pretty darn supportive, for the most part. It's weird that it's happened 4 times. We are going to do another sprint before my brain completely shuts down for the day, as it seems like it's tempted to do. I just need to grab my chapter break indicator, because we're starting a new scene. And I need to make sure my layout is working properly. Excellent. Now I have to figure out one of the things I really like to write. Side note, I really enjoy writing dreams. There's a lot of advice out there that says don't write dreams. Dream sequences are not good. And I think that where this advice is rooted is that when you write a dream, you're essentially presenting something to the reader that is fake. And anything that happens in the dream is technically undone by the waking of the dreamer. And so it's essentially a false promise. You're giving a false promise to the reader, and then you're taking away whatever development you've given in the dream. And I think that's where that advice comes from. But there are ways to use dream sequences that don't present false promises to the reader and that don't undo everything that you've learned when they wake up. Case in point, in the first Aravalia Chronicles book, which is available on Amazon right now, Eyes of a Stranger, I use a dream sequence to present the backstory of 2 of the characters, Dameron and Crescent. And so the things that you see in that dream sequence are not happening at that specific time, but are things that have happened, that have for sure happened in the past. No, I'm right. I write fantasy novels, so my characters have the dreams. And so I feel like that's a good way to use a dream sequence because it's not a false promise. I'm not taking away what happened. I'm just showing what happened in the past. So I like to use dream sequences, or in this case, a computer simulation, because it allows you to play with the fabric of reality. The rules of dreams are different. Physics works differently in a dream space or in a computer simulation space than it does in the real world. And so my characters can encounter things in dreams or in a computer simulation that wouldn't make sense in their waking world. And so I can play around with imagery that I can't play around with otherwise. Also, Fading Josh, hello. I made a whole episode with many dream sequences that are actually true and real, like a Christmas Carol type dream sequence. Yeah, exactly. Stephen King wrote a multi-page dream sequence in Pet Sematary that absolutely gutted me. Dang, I haven't read that one. To me, I think this illustrates the idea that it doesn't matter what the rules are. You can break any rule as long as you can make it work, essentially. That was the favorite joke I made about the Fallout show. If I had a penny for every time a Fallout property was about daddy issues, I'd have 3 pennies, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened 3 times. I have spoken for a long while, so I might actually just pop AFK again. I know I just did a break, but I need to slip my steps in because I have a feeling I tend to overwrite my sprints. So I'm actually gonna just pop AFK and do my steps quick. I'll just be gone for about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna do 30 minutes of focus and see. I might need a smaller 20-minute sprint to finish this. Nix, hello! Welcome in! You caught me just before I slipped AFK. Okay, instead of going into BRB mode, I'm gonna leave you guys with the ducks. I'm just popping AFK quick to do my steps for the hour because we're about to start a 30-minute sprint. But Nix, how did your stream go? Welcome in, everybody. Mad Day of, hello. If I said your name wrong, or is it Maddie of? Let me know. I say names wrong all the time. Let me know. When I'll write busy day, I feel that in my bones. I feel that in my bones. Please check out Nix. Nix is amazing. You can see Nix's duck right here. I don't think we have a single fire duck on this map yet. But this is Nix's duck. Heck yeah. Mad Day of. Perfect. I did it right the first time. Excellent. Please settle in. Pull up a chair, grab your favorite drink, check out the ducks. And I am just going to be 2 minutes here AFK. And then we were going to do a 30-minute sprint of clicky clacks with my mechanical keyboard. Yeah, we haven't. There's a duck that's actually encased in ice. You can see in the back there. And we haven't gotten to thaw them at all because none of the fire ducks have spawned. There's a mechanic in this map for heating up the pool, and we haven't gotten any fire ducks today. It's crazy. We haven't even gotten Uncle Scrooge, who can light it up with his candle. Okay, we have prevented my Fitbit from getting annoyed at me for not moving around. The Mad Lad, hello, hello. Sorry I've missed so much of the stream. Busy day. No worries, I'm glad to see you. We're doing pretty good. We're just about to do our second 30-minute sprint. We're working on the prompt novel today. I am writing, for the raiders who just came in, I'm writing a prompt novel, a novel that is composed entirely of writing prompts. Each chapter is inspired by a writing prompt. And today's is that a man gets lost in a computer simulation and can no longer tell what's real. So I'm hopefully about to create a surreal sequence of events that convinces a guy that he's in the real world, even though he's not in the real world. What's happened in the last 2 hours? You know, we talked about self-publishing. We talked about Twitch bots. We changed our settings. Good luck getting your 10K in. Heck yeah. And Carter, thank you so much for hanging out and for subscribing. Ooh, there's Osta Alpaca's duck. Heck yeah. Also, Tyranno's duck finally spawned and was stolen from us by the aliens. It was very sad. Matt Dayab, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Missed all the good stuff. Listen, there's a VOD. And now you're about to get some clicky clacks. Isn't that really what we're all here for, is the clicky clacks? Technically. Technically, aren't we here for the clicky clacks? Samoose276, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. If you nod and say yes, maybe you'll never find out. We're only here for the ducks. Hey, if you're here for the ducks, that's fair. That is something that reminds me to sit up straight in my chair and use a correct typing posture so that I don't slouch, which I am kind of actually doing a little bit right now. I am in the Pacific time zone. Thank you, Exiled Fae. I shall correct my posture. From Italy, and it's 9:30. I hope your day has been good, Samu. It's just a little afternoon here. Hello. I apologize. I'm gonna murder your name. Is it Sir Ragarum? Did I say your name before? I feel like I did. Hello. Welcome in. If I say anyone's name wrong, please correct me. Did I say it wrong? I feel like you may have told me how to say it already and I forgot. Stephen Walking, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Oops. Winter Wren, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Cheers. Thank you for the hydrate. Fandy Alwang, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Please don't use the Game of Tomes redeems unless you're actually part of the event. They don't do anything if you're not reporting words for the event. Stretch we can do, for sure. Heck yeah. Ooh, feels nice. Fandy Owing, how you doing? What is up? Welcome in. Second sprint, 1,543 words. And as I suspected, not quite to the end, but doing pretty good, getting pretty close. I think we'll probably do, a 20-minute sprint or a 15-minute sprint to try and get to the end. I'm pretty happy with this so far. I kind of want to incorporate something a little surreal into the last part of the sequence. And then I just have a very little extra scene, like small scene, which I don't usually do. Just a couple lines of scene in my stuff, but I want to put that into the end. Gina Stark, hello. How's it going? How is the steampunk cat going? Did you finish? And then, because you were motoring through that one. And then we'll be done. I don't think it'll be a ton more words. It's not necessarily going how I thought it would go, but it's going pretty good. I'm happy with this. Some transitions have to be gradual, but there we go. I think it's going good. We are 2,813 words total, and I think we're gonna ring in at around 3.5 to be finished. Ran out of 2 colors, so I have to wait for replacement. Oh no, does that happen often with diamond paintings? Dang, I'm sorry to hear that, because I know you said you were doing it pretty quickly because it was a commission. How long will you have to wait to get the replacement colors? Is it hard to, I'm asking like 20 questions. Is it hard to like color match that kind of stuff as well? I know with, I mean, I guess it's probably the same with embroidery thread with like cross stitch. All the colors have like a code, a numerical code, so that you can just look up the code and find the exact same color. I assume it's the same with diamond painting stuff. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let's see what the ducks are up to. Did we get any heat ducks yet? It doesn't look like the pool has heated up, so I still don't think we have any of the fire ducks that we need. Our poor ski duck is still encased in ice because we've never gotten a duck that can warm them up. So all of the cool stuff that happens on this map when you get a heat related duck has not triggered because none of the heat ducks are out. But we can watch the Zamboni try to shove all of the ducks off of the ice. Ooh, dang. Oh, dang. You shot Crescent all the way across the map. And there goes Peter. Peter's coming next. No, Scrooge isn't here. Cause he could light the heater in the upper pool if he was here. I don't see any of them. I don't see Scrooge. I don't see the fire breathing duck. I don't see Kate's duck either because she has a little sparkler on the end of her wand that could light stuff as well. And we don't even have Pie. The candle, I think the candle on top of Pie could light the heater as well. So it's a cold day on the ski map. No flames. They use DMC code, but I use Diamond Art Club, so they have a warranty on replacements, and I have to wait for snail mail. It'll take 7 to 10 business days. Dang. That sucks as an interruption for a project, but I hope it gets to you quickly. Leader, hello. How's it going? I didn't get to say hey to you the other night because I was eating when you popped into chat. So I wasn't able to tippity-tap type, but how's it going? How are you? Some interesting things happened related to Gold Drill, kind of, on the stream on Tuesday. Apparently there's a manga of him as like a super burly dragonborn with a potion in his pants, ? Traveling around the world fighting doors, from what I understand. Written by Willow of the Wand Shop in Luxaria or wherever they are right now. I didn't know if that was a creation of Ghost Pepper's mind or a creation of your mind or a combination of the two, but it was pretty funny. I assume that what happened is that Goldrill met Willow, gave a care package for the party. That we were informed was from you. And then she translated things that Goldrill had told her into a manga, essentially. It was pretty funny. Highly recommend the VOD for Tuesday's Winds of Chaos stream because it was just bonkers. There was just so much going on, and I don't think anybody had a plan. They literally walked into a wax fruit museum and were like, there should have been important information in here, and it was like, it's called the Wax Fruit Museum. What did you expect to find in here? So it was pretty funny. And how have you been, leader? What is up? We're just taking a quick break here. We're gonna do one more sprint to get to the end of this scene. Probably about 15 or 20 minutes, and then we're gonna wrap up for the day. And I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. I might pop AFK quick, because I do have a considerable amount of coffee left that needs just a little bit of a spruce in the microwave. But yeah, we've had a crazy day. Crazy in a good way for the most part. Oh my goodness. So I will do that. I will pop AFK quick, and then we will get started. Get restarted. Resume. Things have been, as usual, very chaotic, but at this point, I'm used to it, so it's not that bad. I feel you. It's been pretty chaotic here, too. I have a bunch of people who are, like, waiting to have messages from me, and I'm just kind of like... I just kind of like, crawl in bed at midnight, and I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't message so-and-so yet. I'll have to do that tomorrow. And then the next night I crawl into bed at midnight, and I'm like, oh yeah, so-and-so is still waiting to hear back from me. But we got our taxes done, which is important. Apparently we have a little bit longer to file in Canada, because I think in the US taxes were due at the beginning of this week, and we have until April 30th to finish ours. So that's nice, but we got that done this week, and all squared away and finished up. So one less thing on the plate to worry about, but yeah, it's been that kind of week. So I feel you. I know, taxes are the worst. I'll be right back. Chuckles in automatically paid taxes. Rub salt in that wound, why don't you? That was a very nice thing about the single year that we spent in England, is that you don't have to file your taxes. They just do it for you in the background, which I don't know why. I'm not going to let this rant go on forever because we got to get this scene finished. But I don't know why they want you to file your taxes because they have all the information. When we call our tax lady um, and say, hey, can we have an appointment with you to file our taxes? There is some information that she can't get. Like my Amazon income and my Twitch income and Ghost Pepper's Twitch income, they're not like integrated into the system of like businesses and stuff the way most other like income is. So we have to send her that information. She can't get it. But like Ghost Pepper's T4 for like his work, Ghost Pepper's like contract work that he did, like all of his contributions to like his retirement and all that, she gets all that information before we even send it to her. Like we send it to her so she can confirm it, but like she gets all that stuff. So the only stuff she needs from us is like she needs like our Twitch and my Amazon. She needs like our information on the rental. Yeah, if you're self-employed, you do have to file your taxes in England as well, but this is like they have like the information. Like if we didn't have the rental and if we didn't have like the Twitch stuff, she would be able to basically get all of our information without us sending it to her. But yet the government wants you to put it all together in a thing and send it to them and be like, yep, this is what I did this year. And it's like, it would just make so much more sense to do it the way they do it in England, because you can't. Hey Tal, how's it going? How are you? You can't mess it up because they just have all of the information and they just take care of all of the stuff for you. And it's really nice too because they do that, because it's all like automatically handled. If you go to somewhere like the British Museum in England, they can actually like claim, if you are a resident of England, they can actually like claim the taxes. So I don't remember exactly how it works. Yeah, we just finished our taxes this week. I don't remember exactly how it works, but it's like if you patron a place like the British Museum, and you're a resident of England, they can check a little check mark on like your receipt. Why does it keep playing these weird ass songs? Jesus Christ. And then like they can basically take the amount of money that you would pay as taxes, if you're like a tourist or whatever, they can claim that when it's tax time, and they get a little bit of extra money that goes towards like the museum or whatever. Like any World Heritage site, anything like that you go to, they can actually reclaim that extra little bit of money from the residents, because all of that information is already like pre-recorded. And you don't have to do anything. You just tell them that you're a resident and they mark it down, and it all happens on the back end. And it's wonderful. But here it's like this, you have to dig out every receipt that you're claiming. Like I have to dig out every receipt for all of my book covers and all of the promos that I ran. And I have to look up all of my receipts for editing, because I have to claim my editing income on my taxes as well. And it's like, you have to get every medical receipt and every dental receipt and every eye receipt, and you have to get every thing. And it's like they send out all of this information that they already have, but they send you a paper copy of it anyway. Anyway, I said I wasn't gonna rant forever, but oh my god, it's just this whole thing. Do you guys have to do taxes in Australia as well, Tal? Like, does it happen automatically there, or do you have to file? Because we have to file, and it sucks, and I hate it. And every year... Oh, that's right, self-employed, so you have to do personal tax and business tax. I love listening to Megan's rants. Leader, I'm so happy to oblige you. Every year I'm like, I'm going to be better about saving my receipts. I'm going to organize my receipts up front. It's going to be so much easier at tax time. And guess what? Every year I don't do that. So every year at tax time, I have to go back through all of my records and be like, okay, I have to dig out these other receipts that I didn't save. And it's just like... Anyway, let's click some clacks. Business tax is easy. I just say, this is the thing, here's the money. Yeah. I'm assuming it's like the personal tax that's a pain in the butt. Let's put up our final sprint indicator so everybody knows this is our last round of clicky clackies. Yeah, we hire someone as well. Well, and my taxes are really complicated. Actually, our whole tax thing is really complicated now because I'm self-employed. We have a rental, which counts as a business. And then technically we both have side hustles as streamers because we make money off of streaming. So we have like 4 different types of income. And we're just like, we don't know the tax laws. We don't know what we can claim. We don't know how it works. So we have this nice tax lady who we call every year, who's very invested in our futures. She said I did very well last year, and I felt good about that. And she puts it all together for us, and she zeroes out all of our income so that we don't have to pay. And we would never know how to do that. We don't have to provide receipts unless we are investigated. Interesting. I think that we don't necessarily have to submit the receipts either. But for ours, with the personal, like with the business stuff, I just give all the receipts because it gives her the numbers, right? It gives her the incomes. But you have to keep it for 10 years because if you get audited, you have to have basically 10 years of information in case you get audited. It's bonkers. I record everything and file receipts as I go because you never know when you're expected to hold on to everything. Yeah, see, it's 10 years over here, I think. It's ridiculous. But Tal, I hope you're doing well. I hope life has been treating you well, and I hope your creative endeavors have been treating you well. Oh, there's the mammoth frozen beneath the ice. For anyone who has not seen this map before, there is the frozen mammoth beneath the ice. Frozen mammoth duck. And I'm gonna start the sprint timers. We gotta wrap up this scene so I can go eat some food. So sorry for causing this debate. Don't be sorry. I would have had this rant at some point anyway, because it's taxes, and I hate them. I think that's my 20-minute timer. There we go. This rant happens every year, honestly. Doing well, no time for creative stuff, but a whole lot of editing. Down from 9 projects to 3. Nice! Well, I hope that's going well. That counts as creative stuff. I mean, technically. Technically. And now I just have this small little scene to add to the end, and then it will be done. I am well pleased. Well pleased with how this turned out. I think it's a logical enough progression to be acceptable. Marga de Tremura, if I said that right, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Ducks are in a row. They do look roughly, some of them do look roughly in a row. Because, of course, I did right after I ordered a new one. Wait, what? What happened right after you ordered a new one? Oh, you found your mouse. I see. Well, now you'll have two. Now you'll have a bonus. I know, the Zamboni came, exiled Faye. The Zamboni ruins everything. All right, just needed a few extra sentences there to get that done. I'm really happy with how this ended. I enjoy this exercise so much, and I am super excited to see where this ends up and how this plot ends up playing out. So I stopped there. So that was, ooh, dang, I didn't expect it to be that long. Another 1,219 words, bringing our total to 4,032, which is roughly the same as we've been doing. Roughly the same length of the other chapters. So I am happy with that. That's 4,032 new words to our prompt novel. My prompt novel. Ours, mine, whatever. And I'm happy with that. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I'm not sure what prompt we're going to do next week, because we're going to do another one of these next week. I have some idea of what I want the next part of the plot to be. But I'm not quite sure what writing prompt we're going to use next, so I'm going to have to go through them and see which one fits the best for where I hope to take this plot. Because I have so far, our male main character and our female main character have not encountered each other. So the next sort of step, I've committed now to an action. I've committed to a course for the plot, and a calamity, a disaster that is sort of befalling our characters. Now, my next goal is to get the male main character and the female main character to intersect. They each have the things that they're dealing with in their lives. They have a sort of tenuous connection in the form of one of their coworkers. And now I need to get the two of them to intersect so that they are within the same events as each other. So we are going to see who is streaming so that we can do a raid, because I am going to head off and get some lunch. Potato salad is calling to me 100%. Before I go, I just want to leave you guys one more time with the pre-order link for the second book in the Everyone's Child series. Uso, Paka, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed your stay with us today. I hope you got some work done if you were working today. This book, Each One's Wayward Niece, is the second book in Everyone's Child. It is a high fantasy epic that follows half goddess, child of the great creator goddess of this world that she lives in, who is on a prophetic journey that may or may not affect the world for the better or the worse. No one knows for sure. She is accompanied by a mage who has been sort of tainted by a shadow creature that accompanies him on his day-to-day, and her footsteps are stalked by a mysterious invisible watcher who has her own reasons for being there. Pie, hello! We're wrapping up, but I hope that you had a fantastic day. I hope you've been lurking. How many hydrates do I feel I need? Well, I don't need many because I'm about to go eat. Save them for another time, Pie. But if you want to throw a couple more at me, throw a couple more at me. I will do them as we wrap up stream. They will be our stream ending for today. I see that Cat Leo Writing is live doing some sprints. I think we'll head over there because I don't know if we've gotten to raid her before, and if we have, I don't think we've gotten to raid very often. So we're gonna head over there. I've got 1,113 hydrates. I definitely can't handle that many today, Pie. Mad Lad, thank you so much for hanging out. Sorry it took so long to reply to that. Tal, take care. I hope that the day treats you well. Got back just in time to end. Good stream, though. Thank you. Tyranno, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm going to go get some lunch. But I enjoyed spending the day with you. Exiled Faye as well. Take care. And we've got a single hydrate at the moment from Pie. So yeah, we are gonna pop over to Cat Leo Writing. No trashy people today except me. We've had some bots, Pie. Also, you're amazing. 15 stream streak, Pie. Thank you so much. That's amazing. We've had some bots today. It's been trying times, but you know what? I think we had a good time despite not always being sure how many people were real. Yes, it was good to see you, Tal. I'm glad I caught you this week. Yesterday's stream was short because my brain was not braining, but today I think we had a great time. That's my Fitbit being like, get up and move. The pie is a lie. Not you, Pie. You are amazing, and that is no lie. If you have my emotes, please feel free to use them. We're going to drop in on Cat Leo Writing and say hey and spread some love. I will be back next week. Probably only 2 streams again next week, so it'll probably be Wednesday and Thursday again. I've got a project that doesn't lend itself to streaming that I got to get through these next few weeks. So unfortunately, just 2 streams. One of them will be editing. Hopefully I will have shaken the cobwebs out of my brain enough to focus a bit better when it comes back to our Aravalia edits on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we'll be doing another chapter in the prompt novel. I'm going to have to go through the prompts and see which one I want to work on next. Octovimicus, hello! Came back at the last moment. Glad to see you. Nice to say hey, even if we're heading off. I hope you're having a fabulous day. And I hope to see you guys next week. I will be on It's Swift's channel on Saturday nights. We play just little narrative games and chat and have fun. And I will be on Ghost Pepper's channel on Tuesday evening, the 23rd, for a very special Winds of Chaos episode celebrating Ghost Pepper's birthday, GM'd by J Chili. It's only his 2nd time playing D&D, so this is going to be fun. I wore the octopus hat on stream and off stream, Pie. Hell yeah. Take care, everyone. I'll see you again soon. I love y'all.